You guys are not gonna believe what I'm about to tell you. This is very serious. This video is not a trick. It's not a lie. It's all very serious. Riven is going to get reworked. It's very serious. Basically, they were talking about this in the early patch, 9.10 patch discussion. Basically talking about Riven as well as Vayne, Mastery, the Runic Echoes, and the General Champion item rune and tuning. First of all, before we get into this, for the people who don't know who I am making guides for Riven every single day. Every single day I make guides, tips, everything on how you can get better at Riven all on my YouTube channel. And finding something like this, Riot deciding to make a decision to rework Riven is just insane. Honestly, okay. Without further ado, guys, we're just gonna go into the things that they say, and then I want to give my own opinions, and then I want to say my own things before they go and ruin this champion. Okay, so they say the immediate questions for both Riven and Vayne are: why now? What's changed? Insofar as their place in the game or their performance within the game, not a whole lot has changed. Honestly, both have been powerful for a string of patches. I do have to agree with this 100%, even though I play Riven myself every single day. I do have to agree with this because she is being overpowered right now, but not to the point where she needs to get to rework. Like, not at all. But anyway, back to the point. But we didn't think their performance was absolutely out of line for the game. This can be contrasted with a case like Hecarim, whose performance did clearly stand out from the rest in patch 9.9 and therefore directly being nerfed. So basically what they are saying is that Riven is overpowered, but not to the point where she needs to get an instant nerf. But they do compare her to Hecarim, where Hecarim just got buffed, he came into the meta and then he instantly gets nerfed again. So basically they compare to Hecarim. Anyway, back to reading. Instead, Riven and Vayne are both strong, commanding, frustrating, even if their performance isn't crushing the critical thresholds. For champions in this situation, we'd prefer to address that disparity in longer form work, and we will do that when we think that's the highest priority work we can be doing. Taking that in returning to the original question, now is a good opportunity for us to think some deeper in time into beyond just their power level. So basically what they are trying to say is that they aren't just going to nerf Riven, they are going to rework this champion to fix it. Which, okay, I'm not gonna lie, if they ruin this champion, I'll be so sad and mad and everything. I better hope they're not gonna ruin this. But anyway, I want to get into the points which I feel like Riot completely ignored. Okay, so let's go back one season ago. Okay, one season ago, we did not have the bonus stats. We had the Old Conqueror, which was already overpowered at the time, and we already had the itemization. But Riven was still bad. She still had a bad win rate. She was having a win rate about 48% roughly, sometimes 47%. But in general, she was not really a good champion at all, considering that she had this and this. So basically, the thing that made Riven super overpowered beginning the first day of Season 9 is that they added bonus stats into the game. Basically, they had the Old Conqueror. So imagine the Old Conqueror. You were always being forced to get attack speed if you wanted to play with Conqueror. So basically, you start the game off with extra attack speed, something that Riven never used. Riven doesn't use attack speed. The only thing that she will use on attack speed is the fact that she can maybe do combos a little faster and help her out. But in general, attack speed doesn't help at all. So they have the Conqueror. They add the bonus stats into the game, which now she could decide whether she could go attack speed or AD while taking Conqueror. This is already bad news. This is the point where she immediately started to become a very overpowered champion. Then they decided to rework Conqueror. Rework Conqueror into a new rune that can stack Conqueror in just a few seconds. You can literally press a double cast combo on Riven and you can fully stack Conqueror. Why would you put this thing into the game? Why would you put a Fervor of Battle of back in the day and then turn it into a Conqueror rune and then make it stackable with abilities? Riven is using dashes. Riven is using all abilities all over the place. She can stack it within just half a second, man. Why would you add this to the game? There's so many champions to think. Let's take a look. Renekton is overpowered. Jax is over. Like, there's so many champions that are overpowered with Conqueror. And then we have Riven. Why don't you just take this out of the game? Take this out of the game that you can no longer stack with your abilities. And Riven will be fixed immediately. But anyway, back to the point. So, bonus stats is overpowered. Conqueror Rework is overpowered. The itemization is just overpowered. I'm literally overpowered. So, they buffed the death stance about like 7-8 patches ago, which made this item even more broken. But anyway, back to the other things. Death stance is being broken on Riven. This has to be fixed. Essence Reaver was overpowered before it was being reworked. They did rework it, but they did make a new item which was Spear of the Shojin, which is still being strong on Riven. But anyway, back to the point. She has 2 items which is super overpowered. And yet, they are going to rework Riven. Why don't you just go and fix Conqueror? Fix the itemization because her items is just disgustingly overpowered. And then see if Riven is still overpowered and deserves something like a rework. Why would you go instantly into a rework? I don't get it. I just don't get it. You're literally going to ruin a champion that people enjoy and love playing. You're literally going to change a champion that we all love and enjoy playing. Are you kidding me? The same thing happened back in the day. About a few years ago, they had Shaco. I saw another YouTuber talk about this. But basically, Shaco was being a very annoying champion to deal with. Like, let's be all real honest here. Shaco was just a pain to deal with in the past. They did something similar to this. And Shaco is now one of the ruined champions that, well, we're talking about. Like, this champion is being ruined. People stopped playing Shaco because it was not a fun champion anymore. Because it was being reworked. And now guess what? They are just going to do it all over again. But this time with Riven. Why would you do it? Why would you ruin the fun of a champion by reworking it? Regardless of how small the rework is going to be. Maybe they do a small change to the cooldown reduction on the abilities. I don't know, but whatever it is going to be, it is going to ruin the champion and it is going to destroy the player base for sure. This is not good. So once again, Riot, if you're watching this, change Conqueror. Just change Conqueror. Fix this champion. Don't rework it. That's just mind blowing. And just fix the itemization. This is all you have to do, guys. All that needs to be done is these 2 points. If they can be changed, if they can be fixed, this champion will be playable again without bans. Riven has never been a good champion. Let's be real honest here. Riven has never been good. She always had a low win rate. This is the first time that she actually has a high win rate. Just because of these things. Just change it. Change it back to what it was in the past and fix it. Reworking, you're out of your mind. I really hope that they are not going to continue with this, guys. Whatever they are going to rework, I really hope that they are not going to ruin the champion. Anyway, we'll see what's going to happen. Hopefully nothing will happen. Hopefully it's all going to stay the same. I prefer having my own champion the way it is and having her being banned 20% of the time, rather than her being destroyed and not being fun anymore. Hopefully they're not going to change, hopefully they're not going to ruin it. Anyway, hopefully things are going to go out and nothing is going to get ruined. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I will catch you guys up within the next video. I'll be streaming tonight, so make sure you are on the stream tonight, guys. And I'll see you guys in my next video and my next stream. And Riot, don't ruin this champion, please. I really hope you don't. Just listen to my points. I'm dead serious. Anyway, thank you so much for being around here. I'll see you in my next video and my next stream, guys. Peace.